Hey everybody, welcome to Smashing Game Time. We are three brothers that go through gaming's back catalog of yesteryear. I am your host, Nick. Below me is Josh. Josh, how you doing?
Good.
No, he's stunned because you said below me.
Yes. Josh, it's good to see you, Josh. Jake is over to the left of me. Jake, say hello.
Hello. I said hello like you said. Don't hurt me.
Exactly. Everyone in this podcast is afraid of me, and that's just the way it's supposed to be. We are doing 2021 Q2 today. We've got 4 games from the second quarter of 2021 that we're going to be talking about. We've also got your regular memes and news. Before we do that, a few housekeeping things. We are a Trident Network podcast. Go check out our siblings. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, be it Apple, Google, Spotify. We don't worry about ratings or reviews in the show anymore. As we say, fuck the algorithm, tell a friend. Word of mouth is king with Smashing Game Time. And yeah, guys, what has everybody been up to, gaming or otherwise? Who wants to go first?
Oh, I got you. So you know me. I just play TFT and stuff, Teamfight Tactics. I'm hard stuck master ranked. Yeah, what of it. I did dabble around Brawlhalla a little bit this week just to make kids cry, because that's what I do enjoy, making kids cry.
But Jake, you retired.
No, yeah. I retired from competitive. Doesn't mean I could play the game.
That's basically the same thing.
Well, you know what? It's MJ retired and he still hoops. So I get it.
And
yeah,
Nick still talks about Iron Harvest, but he still sucks at it.
The difference between Jake and MJ is MJ has, I don't know about billions, but millions of dollars to fuck around with and buys teams left and right. So that's how he still fucks around. And an earring, yeah.
Jake doesn't have an earring yet.
No, not happening. I don't want anything to pierce me but my butthole. So I've also been binging Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's a good show.
What season are you
on? We're on season 5 right now, which is the last season that Fox had until NBC bought it.
I think with NBC it got better in a weirder way. Like, I think because of the fact that they started cursing, even though it's bleeped out, I thought it was funnier. I don't know why. Personally,
did they really start cursing more once they got to NBC?
Yep. Like, before, there really wasn't any cursing in there to begin with.
Maybe Fox is like, hey, cops don't swear. You better not.
Wait a minute. All these cops are... I don't know.
Josh, be careful. I might have to edit you out of the episode again.
You got him, man. But yeah, that's about it.
Slow week for Jake over here. Josh, what have you been up to?
Burying my dog.
Oof.
Josh, Josh. For those who haven't heard, Josh lost his longtime friend, family member, and dog Mia. Josh, we're dedicating this episode to Mia, right?
I'd rather not put our shameful show in her name. So,
oof.
Say for she already suffered enough. Let's not put any more on her.
Title for episode: R.I.P. Mia.
Jesus Christ. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so I had a little bit more time. My boss was nice enough to give me a briefing for a couple days, so I had a lot of games. My usual Star Rail, played it daily just to get through the grind. I went back and 100%ed Eldoran.
Which one's
the Metroidvania? That was the Metroidvania where you basically, it's kind of set up almost like a mysterious world where there's a cult that's
America.
Basically like decimating this island. So you get sent in to basically cleanse the island.
It kind of had this one kind of has. It's from the art style. It's kind of giving me, what is that? Infernax.
Yes,
but a little less pixelated.
Yes. So I played that, 100%ed it, did all the endings, did all the collectibles, all that jazz. That was fun. Especially trying to figure out how to do what, because there's not enough guides for it.
Right.
Because there's some parts I got stuck on. I'm like, Jesus. Now I'm currently doing Blasphemous the same way. I'm almost done. I've at least gotten one ending. Now I'm trying to go through, get all the collectibles, get 100% of the map. I'm already at like 92% of the map.
Wait, doesn't Blasphemous have like 99? Okay, 45 achievements. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't they announce a sequel?
Yeah,
The sequel's already
comes
out.
next
Or is,
week.
isn't it? I thought it was already out.
Let me double check that. Blasphemous 2 release date is.
Man, we're hitting the SEO today. I love it.
Yeah, just keep saying the word so SEO will pick up on it.
Are you saying blast my ass?
Blast My
Yes.
Ass 2 comes out. Man, why does it not say? Hold on, it'll take me to this. August 24th. So about. We're recording this on Saturday, so by the time you hear this episode, it is about 10 days away.
Yeah.
It looks good. Like I'm looking. So I've played Blasphemous not this week, but last week. But I'm looking at screenshots in this trailer of Blasphemous 2, and it looks like they gave it a little more paint this time.
I still think it looks good for what it was, honestly, or what it is. So like, that's an improvement on my path.
I'll probably pick this up.
I probably want to.
It's gonna be $27.
Oh no, you can't afford
That's
that.
fine.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I mean, would you rather pay 70?
How much was the first one though?
I think it was 20 when it first came out.
Let me look.
Yeah.
It's probably on
Oh,
sale
man.
right now.
you had this guy named Clark that could probably give you a code.
Let's see. First one is $25 flat. So hey, look at them pushing. Look at them pushing for $5 more. Hey, hold on, hold on, chief.
Hey, but for what they're doing with it, good for them.
So
Moving on.
you've beaten you've made a run. You're doing New Game Plus right now.
Well, no, technically, I'm still doing the continuation. Like, there's multiple endings in the game, so I beat the game once, got ending B. Now I'm going back trying to do all the extra stuff. I got like all the I forget what they're called, but basically the archangel babies that are in the glass. I'm missing like 8 more of those. I'm trying to get them. I got to get the blue rose portal up for the one girl. I've gotten 2 shards of that. Basically, and I'm trying to get all the map stuff and turn in all the keys, all that stuff.
So that I you know what, I lied. I did play a little bit since the last time I talked about it. And I remember last week or the week before I was talking about how, this game isn't very hard. I've kind of died a bunch since then.
There's only been a few. I've died from bullshit. I've died from getting hit while I'm on a platform. And normally when you get hit on a platform, it doesn't knock you off. But a couple times it's knocked me off and thrown me into spikes. Or throw me off the cliff and I don't have the item that allows me to basically continuously fall. And then I kept dying to... let me pull up her name because I forget what it is.
So I'm fighting like, for me it's the second boss, but I guess you can fight him in any order. I'm fighting the
basically.
guy with the big head. I forget. It's like the Sister of Wrath or the Sister of Perpetual, whatever her name is. She big head. You have to hit her forehead, and she has her hand, which is like got a crystal in it, and it's shooting projectile. It basically becomes bullet hell with many different kinds of bullets. You get both hands eventually. You have you have like an ally helping you.
You got the healer. That's who you have. Yeah.
That's where I left off.
So I think at this point just fought about every boss except for maybe a couple of the secret ones for different endings. It was Christina. She's one of like towards the end. She pissed me off so many times, and now I've also found another one. It's I don't know her name because I just tried fighting her twice while we're waiting for you. Basically, you collect all the bones. Once you get to a certain amount, you can fight the lady of the bones who's singing. And she's fucking hard. I mean, I'm one upgrade away from my sword, and I have a bunch of key items, and I have my rosary stuff is basically I'm like 3 upgrades away from finishing that. And she puts my ass into the ground every time.
Yeah,
she's hard.
The deeper I get, the more I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to be dying a lot more than I initially thought.
Yeah, I'm at a point right now where I'm considering. I've gone through all the secret passages that I can. I have to find one tool to be able to go through a bunch of these other doors that otherwise I cannot. And I'm like, fuck. At this point, I might as well just start grinding for the favors, the basically the currency, just so I can finish upgrading my stuff, like my abilities.
They added a lot to that base game, right? Because I'll go through achievements every once in a while on there, and it'll read something along the line of defeat all the original enemies.
Yes.
Defeat
So
all
there
the
was
original bosses.
I think there's 2 big updates that they did. One was like quality of life, and the other one was basically like free DLC that everybody got. I'm pulling up the achievements now because you need to get the 9 original sword hearts. Get the 30 original rosary beads.
It's cool that
Stuff like that.
It's cool that they went back and changed that wording. I remember Xbox 360 achievements, even when DLC came out. So one very specific example was the first Gears of War. There was an achievement, I believe, for winning on every map. But if you came to the party late, I think it added on every DLC map that you had to win on. And I remember those achievements being very, very buggy. But good on them for going back and updating the verbiage on their achievements.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do multiple playthroughs of it after I just looked at it because I didn't realize it. There's somewhere it's like, oh, beat all the original bosses without using any biles.
Yeah,
I'm
good
like, oh,
luck.
shit, I definitely haven't done that. So, and then there's one that's like, oh, get to the open the bronze gate within less than 3 hours.
I imagine the bronze gate is after you go to the 3 areas the big guy tells you to go to.
Yeah, that's it. That big gate that's all blocked off. Yeah, that's how you get into it. So
That makes sense. What else you playing?
of course, been playing Final Fantasy 16. I had to set it down then because I was at a part that pulled on the heartstrings, with the dog. So I set that down, and then I played Forspoken.
Finally.
Yeah. My thoughts so far, because I don't know how big of how long of a game it is. There are definitely some spots that I feel like the pacing is really offset, and I think that's why people made fun of the writing. As an example, and spoiler alert for those who have not played it. Yeah, I love it. Jake is. I don't know if he's being serious. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking play it. Okay, I was like, I don't know if he's being serious.
Go ahead and spoil it. I'm still gonna play it.
So,
Did you move shit with your mind? That's all
yes,
I want to know.
I did move shit with my mind. That
Did I
part
just
still doesn't-
move shit with my mind?
That part still doesn't bother me. The part that bothered me is, you get back to the village after finding. You're supposed to bring back some books for the girl who saved you from the prison, and rather than bringing the books back, you actually bring back her dad, who was thought to have been killed. So you bring him back, and basically, like one of the leaders of this world is like gone mad, and she's like found out that you've like trespassed onto her world, and then she starts to like throw a fit and is like, I'm gonna fucking murder everybody, give her to me. And no one knows where she's at, so she starts murdering people in the town square, and Faye's like, yeah, no, fuck this, and starts to fight her. And then she turns around and realizes the little girl who she met, who was a pickpocketer, like just like her, ended up dying. It was just like out of nowhere, and it's like, what you were fighting? How did this even happen? Like, how did she die?
They don't build up to it, or they don't do a cutscene or like a random like projectile missile.
Yeah,
like
it just you randomly.
across.
She's like looking around all the destruction after she's defeated her, and she turns around and sees her, and it's like. But when you saw her, she was like so far away, and she told her to stay there. And like, yeah, I get it. Like, I get the anticipation to build up, but they brought her up to where she was like basically right there with her, and it's like what?
Okay, it makes a little more sense. The stay there line really sealed her fate.
Right, it seals her fate. But rather than like making her see it happen, it like just randomly happens, and it's just like, okay. And that's not even the bullshittiest part. Then they're like, okay, now that you've done this, you have to travel through so many different parts of these planes, and you have to get to this person's castle and fight her. I sat there. I mean, I'm probably 15 hours into the game. I've done as much as I possibly can, just trying to like level myself up to be ready for it. And there's these like extra like side bosses called mutants in there that are just like bigger versions of the regular monsters you fight, but
I like
they're
that.
stronger. I'm playing on very hard. I've leveled myself up to like an impossible amount, and I've basically like her Faye, the girl, her magic, I've maxed out completely, and I still can barely tickle them.
Does the game indicate like does it? Because in other games, if you're fighting something that you really don't stand a chance against, it has like the little skull, like, hey, you might get fucked up over here.
Well, your little bracelet, he's like, hey, yeah, you're not ready to fight this guy. You know how to get out of here. And she's like, yeah, I'm working on it.
Hey, can we stop equipping and get out of here, please?
But I was just like, okay, I'm going to try and fight them. Like, I like a challenge. I want to see if I can beat them. No, I even went back to the very first one you meet, which is super weak compared to what I've seen. And I still couldn't beat it because I literally sat there for 30 minutes repeating of dodging and doing the same magic over and over again and getting myself up to the max damage, and it wasn't even enough. I think I didn't even get down quarter health, and I'm like, this is bullshit. Why is that even a thing?
And so you're working towards getting into the castle to beat that lady's ass.
I already beat her ass.
Why is she the final boss? You've beat the game.
No.
Oh, okay.
She's not the final boss. Oh. But the way they set up, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the next area. I'm gonna fight her, and I'm gonna find out that there's more corrupt leaders, which I did. And I'm like, okay, and then everything will be good, and I'll just keep going from there. But how long it took me to get there, and what I had to do to get there, my God, it might as well have been the final fucking area, because I traveled so far. I mean, at one point, I finally gave up trying to pick up things on the side and just ran through it, because I was tired of I was like, oh, here's the next area. Oh, here's a cutscene. Oh, we're going to keep running because the dragon's chasing you. Okay, now I got to go into this fortress. Great, I'm in the fortress. Okay, now I got to fight 2 of her fucking archangel knights because whatever, they're guarding it. Okay, now I have to run another mile. And it's not even kilometers. For the first time ever in a video game, other than a racing game, they used miles. It was 1.7 miles to my first destination. It ended up being I think 7 or 8 miles.
So question, is this an open world game or is this linear?
It is open world, but it's a little bit of both. It's open world to an extent until you do a certain part of a story, and then you can go to the next area.
Because you were rattling off everything that was going on, and I was like, oh, this is kind of reminding me of Gears of War, where okay, we're doing this, now we're doing, but it was all linear. But this sounds like a more open world version of that, which is just kind of feels like it's all over the place.
Yes, I don't know what people were bitching about the writing. Like I said, I found a couple spots where I kind of just this scene feels really rushed. But I'm more irked at the fucking gameplay at this point because it just seems like I've done more running than anything. And fast traveling is few and far between. The only way to unlock shit is you have to do certain tasks or go to certain buildings to do it. And it's still few and far between.
Is traversal in it? What's your main traversal? Are you flying?
No, it's you basically enhance your legs. Kind of like how...
Is the movement like Solar Ash, where you're kind of skating?
It's to an extent, yeah. It's more like Doctor Strange, how they use the magic with their feet to basically move faster. Not the warping that.
No, it's like the little pads that they jump on.
It's kind of like that. It's a different version of that, really.
I watch so many game ranked videos, and I've seen Forspoken on there, and I see the gameplay and all that stuff. It's yeah. I'm your guy. I'm your guy on this stuff.
When you're doing combat, it looks cool. I'm a sucker for third person over the shooter combat, and doing it in a fantasy setting. I mean, hell, everyone here has played a little bit of Remnant. Doing it in that setting, I'm here for it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen the movement in it. Do you think you're gonna finish it?
I will, just to say I did it. I don't know if I'll 100% it though, because at least not right now. With the magic I have, it's definitely taking me forever. I just want, I'm not even to a point where I can one-shot anything. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty far. As far as upgrades go, in the first couple of areas, I've gotten everything. I've done as much as I can, but I'm also to a point where I'm assuming I just have to play through the story, unlock the other people's magic, and go from there as far as doing that shit. But some of it's just God damn, give me a break.
Right. Well, Josh, I'm glad you're enjoying those. I'm sorry that what took you playing all these games was a sad event in your life, but again, we're sorry for your loss with me, dude.
I appreciate it, guys.
Jake's going to be singing a song at the end of the episode for me, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, well, that's where I'm going to leave.
All right, my turn. I don't have as much as Josh here. I kind of, you know what? Looking at the size of one of my games, maybe I do. I beat Moonleap last night. I 100%ed it. I'm kind of pissed about it. I'm not pissed at the game. I'm pissed at Steam, because my top of my Steam profile is all my 100%ed games because there's something wrong with me. And Moonleap is one of those games that when you 100% it, it does not put it up there.
Oof.
And Moonleap is a cute little game. And for those who remember, you are the little moon, the spikes. So there are 2 different colored spiked areas. If you are the yellow moon, a certain colored spike goes up. If you are the blue moon, the other colored spike goes up. You kind of have to work with that to collect these flowers and complete levels. I think the total of levels is 50. I think it's either 50 or 45 levels. Fun little game. not the deepest thing, but I was reading up on the solo dev. He actually entered this into a game jam, and I forget which one specifically, but this won a game jam and is doing crazy numbers for him in Brazil. So I believe it's Brazil. I might have to go back and double check that. But Moonleap's 100%. It's still met at Steam. Still a good game. Go check out Moonleap. That is by Gus Select. Let me jump down to the second one, or this third one. I beat the Nobody demo. I'm writing the preview for that. That's a current game on Kickstarter. The main influence for it is your classic RPGs mixed with not Deltarune. What's the other one?
Undertale.
There it is. I'm struggling with those words tonight. You can fight regular combat. You have abilities. Enemies have weaknesses. They also have things that don't affect them. But you can also kind of like scan enemies and try to find a way to get rid of them. And then there are other sections that I didn't mention the last time where, like, if you go, some doors you'll go through and the game becomes first person and it becomes more puzzle based. You're completing these puzzles. Like, you had to find a painting that had a button and another painting that had another button to unlock a key out of a door, so you can put that key into another door to continue on. It's very discombobulated. The game is if you read the PR release, the game talks about dealing with heavy mental health stuff. The demo's only a few hours long. I think I beat it in about 2, maybe 2.5. The characters are very cartoony, very whimsical. I think all the characters are teenagers, so they're just very not edgy. I'm just older. I'm older, so I read their dialogue and see it. They're all into anime, and there's one guy that's like "fuck you," and there's one girl that wee, like she's like moments away from doing this.
Jesus.
For those on the audio, I am taking my index finger, spinning it, and my pinky's spinning up because I'm just so goddamn cute. I don't know. It's fine. Game doesn't come out until 2024. I thought it was pretty funny. They leave it on a cliffhanger. A guy comes into your room and says, "Oh man, where are your friends? Are they still stuck in the blah blah?" And you're like, "Yeah. When can we need to go get them now?" And he's like, "Sorry, you'll have to wait till 2024." And then it ends. So I thought that was pretty funny. So obviously the team behind it has a sense of humor. And we'll see how I feel about it when it's 1.0. But that was the Nobody demo. Go check it out. I think you can actually get that off of Steam. I think it's still up on Kickstarter for a little bit. I'm not pushing it. I'm not pushing anybody one way or the other. Just making you aware of where it is at. Let me collect my breath. Let me take a drink before this next game. Hold on. Drink. For those wondering, before I take this drink, the next game is Baldur's Gate 3. All right, let me start by saying, never played Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. My knowledge in Dungeons and Dragons, non-existent. The game opens where you have a parasite enter your brain, and it turns out the creature that puts it into your brain is the Mind Flayer. And my dumbass was like, "Oh, it's just like Stranger Things," and I had to pause the game and be like, "Nick, you fucking idiot! Just like Stranger. If these D&D folk heard you saying that, they'd beat your ass."
Yeah.
So let me start where everybody starts. The character creation, very deep. You have, 11 different races. Yeah, 11 different races to pick from. And once you get into those races, you can get into sub races. My first character that I'm playing as right now is a Dragonborn, which is an actual dragon, scaly looking motherfucker. And then you can kind of play around with it. You can be a gold dragon, a white dragon, a black dragon. And they all have like a little bit of different lore. What class did I think I ended up going with a paladin because I just wanted to be an honorary motherfucker. You can play with the genitals. Not play with the genitals. You can like.
Oh, you can play with genitals. Okay.
You can pick which genitals your character has, or if they don't have any at all.
You have my attention.
When you are Dragonborn, you don't have much customization. You either have nothing, you have a penis, or you have a vagina. Whereas I think other humanoid characters, I think you kind of have options with the penises. You can be trimmed, you can be non-trimmed.
Flaccid.
You can have bush. the Bush administration is back. I'm spending way too much time on genitals. Let me backtrack.
Wait, let me hold up. Let me hold you up there. Have you had sex with a bear yet?
No, but so I'm very early in the game. They start you on that ship that you're in first person, and you get like a bug up your brain, and you fight your way off that ship with the help of some companions. You end up crashing, and you end up all separated. The first thing I ran into was a settlement that is druids, and I'm blanking on the name of the race, but they're the red people with the horns that people consider like halflings. I think they're called Teflings, actually. They're called Teflings. And so the druids want to create this, they want to cast a spell. And they want to do it because there have been a lot of goblin armies attacking their settlement. But for them to cast that spell, I believe it does something to the Teflings. So they're trying to get them to leave and go to Baldur's Gate, which is the big city. The Teflings don't want to go, so you're kind of caught in the middle between them. The stuff is great. Like, I'm not to compare it to The Witcher, because I think The Witcher was the last RPG type game I got into. CRPG wise, I think the last CRPG I really got into was Diablo 2 years and years and years and years ago. But no, this is interesting. You're constantly rolling for stuff. The battling is. I've only been in a few battles, but it doesn't feel like it's the main focus. It just feels like it's there, which is great. Because I got worried. Because you know, Josh, how am I in XCOM type games?
You're awful.
I'm awful.
No, the question should have been, how are you in all games?
Awful.
I know XCOM games is even worse.
So, what's really cool is, at first I was overwhelmed with like all the abilities I have to me, but once you sit down and just like look at a few, you start to realize, oh, these are my base attacks. These are basic actions I can take, like jumping, pushing somebody. So like if you're near a fire, you can push someone into fire. Oh, I can pick up that barrel and throw it. Like, you have a lot of options. So you might be overwhelmed in the beginning, but once you like really slow down, it becomes like second nature. The other thing I really love, you can go from mouse to keyboard to controller seamlessly, and the UI is completely different, and it like kicks over into the UI like at the snap of a finger. What I'm not liking right now, the autosaves are kind of all over the place. So at one point, I think I get an autosave once you get off the ship, and then you get attacked by some of the mind flare brains that attack you. I killed them, got rid of them, and then there was a little barrel near them, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happens when I strike this with my sword. Blew my ass up. I had to start that whole area over.
Dumbass.
My bad. Yeah, so that was kind of annoying. Our buddy Ryan that we went to school with, Ryan Jackson.
Yep.
He's playing it too, so him and I have been texting back and forth about it. I haven't done any of the co-op. I would love to do some co-op, but I think if you do co-op, all the progress is tied to the person whose world you're playing. I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't investigated fully. Your character might get some experience, but again, I haven't played, so I don't know.
That's kind of like Remnant 2, or whoever's hosting it's tied to their campaign.
Yeah.
So then, if you go and play solo, you've got to start from the beginning.
No, you go back.
Well, you get your character and stuff, but you have to just go back there.
That's kind of annoying.
Wah, Nick's annoyed. Wah.
I'm a spoiled gamer. So you do have the quick save. I haven't been spamming that, but I've been using that. I've had talking to your companions, and it sounds like there are a lot of companions in this game. I've only met 4 or 5 so far, but they're all pretty distinct. Is that the word I'm looking for? All pretty distinct. Disgusting, yes. You can also, if you don't want to play as a character you created, you can go in and play as one of those characters. I think it changes the story just a little bit. So, like, for example, Shadowheart, you save her from one of the pods early on. If you play as Shadowheart, there's someone else in there, and I believe they die.
Oh.
So they change it a little bit. There's so much that's possible, and I'm just wondering, what am I missing? Like, I want to make sure that I'm seeing as much as I can on this first run, because then on my second run, I'm just going to be a bad motherfucker. I'm going to do all the bad shit. So
It's the bear sex.
there is a druid that turned into a bear, so I'm like, is that the one? Is that the guy? Is that the one I'm going to do the do with? I'm just cracking the surface on this, so I think I'll have more to say about it next week. My review's due. When's my review due? I think next week. So, hey, keep an ear out for that. I keep forgetting we're recording on Saturday, so my week's a little all discombobulated. Guys, anything else in life or games?
No, I'm ready to get through the 2021 Q2.
All right, let's do 2021 Q2. Q2. First up, April 16th. Why did this happen? This is Super Meat Boy Forever. Oh boy. You know what I love? I love Super Meat Boy. You know what I don't love?
Super Meat Boy Forever?
No, runners. I don't love runners. You know what I don't love? I don't love Super Meat Boy Forever either, Josh. You just got a little ahead of me there. So this came out last year, or I'm sorry, 2021. This was an Epic Game Store exclusive for a little bit. I ended up buying it on Steam when it was for sale for $5. For those who don't remember, the first Super Meat Boy is just classic, almost, what were those old games that you could play on your computer? Not Shock, Flash.
Yeah.
It had a Flash game feel to it. It was silly. It was violent. The levels were difficult and fun. They were like, hey, what if Meat Boy was always running and you were just in control of when he jumps and slides and you can punch things and you're going to have to go backwards to go forwards, and it's just not fun. It's a messy game. It's a shorter game. And I think if you're thinking about playing Super Meat Boy Forever, you should instead just go play Super Meat Boy again. Or, I think they, when did it come out? Not Super Meat Boy, but Dr. Fetus's Mean Bean Machine came out this year. Go play that instead. Do not play Super Meat Boy Run if you don't want to get upset. Because if you're watching this gameplay, does this look fun, you guys?
No.
No, it's like an old game.
Yeah, so this wasn't even in the height of runners. I want to say the height of runners was what, 2018, 2017, somewhere in there?
Probably, yeah.
And this is not it. This is just not it. This is awful. Don't do it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Put the Super Meat Boy Forever down. We just want to talk. We just want to talk. Don't play Super Meat Boy Forever. Go play Super Meat Boy. Play anything else. Just not Super Meat Boy Forever. I'm upset at this game. I'm ending this video, not other stuff.
No, it's okay.
We heard you.
It's okay. April 23, Judgment came out. I think this is called Judgment Eyes in Japan, if I'm remembering correctly, right?
That sounds right.
So this is from the Yakuza folks. I want to say this is a little more serious. This is you're running around the city, you're beating people up. I think this one has a pretty serious story about the workforce in Japan aging out of the workforce. And I think there's there's something at the center of this. There's a murder mystery. The video we're watching makes it look a little goofy, but I think this is a little more serious because
Yakuza is more of the kind of fucking around.
The goofy one.
Yeah.
Which it's not even called Yakuza. It's called. They're all called Like a Dragon now, right? Well, the newer ones, not the
newer ones. Yeah.
Fun fact. I think all of these games are on Game Pass.
I don't know if that's something they should brag about.
Maybe we should make all the Yakuza games a book club game.
No. We have got too many book club games.
Hold on. Let's take this time to see if Josh is right about if we have too many book club games. Josh, what do we have for the book club games?
Okay, well, first off, we have got this little bad boy right here.
Yep.
That's already a long-ass game.
They took it off Game Pass, by the way.
What game is that? What game
Death
is that?
Stranding, Director's Cut.
Death Stranding.
Okay. Director's Cut.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Then we brought in Forspoken. That was supposed to be one.
I'm not playing that game.
One. So then maybe if Jake's not going to play it, we're not going to make it one.
Jake's not going to play anything, so we might as well not make any of it.
What do you mean? I play games.
No, I said you're not going to play any of the book club games.
Oh, man, that's not 100% true.
Jake is just gonna. You know what Jake's gonna do before we record? He's gonna hop on Wikipedia. You know, I liked when they said something about Princess Peach on the beach.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm not gonna drop money on Forspoken.
Go to your fucking library, you dweeb.
Dude, my library doesn't have that.
Have you been?
Dude,
have you been?
yeah,
I've seen it. It's small.
You can still check. Ours is small, Jake, and I'm able to order mine online and they pick it up.
They may have Forspoken in that small library. That might be the only thing they have.
No, they have corn. They have corn.
They have corn.
You can rent our corn. You can't buy it, okay?
We got long corn, short corn, white corn, black corn. We name it, you got it.
I think I mentioned it before, Josh, but I do want to do Control.
Yes, I would love to do Control. That is something I picked up and never actually got into. I got like maybe a chapter into it, or like
I believe I have that on Epic.
I can't remember. I think mine's Steam, so I think I just have to get the upgrade to the Ultimate Edition to get all the DLC.
If I'm gonna play anything on Game Pass, it's probably gonna be Super Meat Boy Forever.
Jake, that is
Jesus Christ.
We're not making it a book club game. Damn it. It's not happening. Not that game, at least.
What's wrong with both of you? Seriously.
Anything else on Judgment, you guys?
No.
I do eventually want to get into the Yakuzas and the Judgments. I just gotta find time. I gotta find the time. Next up, May 7th, Resident Evil Village came out. Resident Evil 8 Village, if you're into the Roman numerals and how they do all that. So the video Josh has pulled here has them in third person mode. I believe that was an add-on later on.
Yes, it's an add-on later, yeah. I just picked this because this is definitely something that people were wanting for and we're so now at this point we've had Resident Evil 2 remake. I think we've already had Resident Evil 3's already gone by at this point, right, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so people have grown accustomed to that third person, and Village did something a little different. It started with first person, and then they gave you the DLC with the continuation of the story as well, third person. And honestly, I think they even gave VR as an option as well too once they went to the third person.
So wait, did they go back and do the full game in third person?
Yeah.
So do you think they'll do the same for 7?
No.
You think that
I think 7 I think 7's
set?
lived its course. Yeah, I think it's lived its course at this point.
I could see them going back and do it. I just don't know if there's like certain that guy's still scary even in third person.
They'll mod it. So there's gonna be modders to do it if they haven't done it already.
Okay. And this one, I love, my favorite thing about Resident Evil 8 is that it's basically an homage to Resident Evil 4, and it gets very kooky very quickly.
Yes, I still think this Village is far more scarier.
Mm-hmm.
I think this castle's far better too.
Yes, so I would say in order of just Village situations, it's still going to be Resident Evil 4 VR because that shit scared the fuck out of me. Then this, then the original, or then the remake, then the original.
I've never beaten this. I've gotten into the castle, and I don't like games where I'm being chased. I can't do it. I cannot do scary games where I know someone is like lurking, looking for me.
The castle part isn't that long, realistically, though, because after that you quit being chased.
And I know that I just played and reviewed Homebody, and that basically is someone chasing you. But in that game, I know that there's nothing I can really do. I'm going to die. Whereas this, where I have some kind of power to fight back, there's just something in my brain where it's like, I have the option to fight back. I can't be chased.
So you hate Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3?
I don't hate them. I just can't play them because the pursuit is just too stressful. Same with games like Outlast.
But you played the original, and they're basically the same thing. You're being chased by Nemesis in 3 the whole time, and in 2 you've got Mr. X coming after you the whole time.
Yeah,
if
but
you played
Nemesis,
scenario 1 and 2, or
Nemesis
2.
in the original 3 wasn't like tracking. He was randomly.
Wasn't tracking you, motherfucker. You would leave a room and he'd come after you.
It wasn't the same systems you're seeing in the 2 remake or the 3 remake or what Lady D does in this game. It is randomly scripted.
Yeah, but it's not like it's like, oh, they're gonna get me. No, once you figure out what they're doing, you can easily run around them like it's nothing.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do the pursuit. It's too
Nick,
much for me.
have you 100%ed the remake of 1?
No.
Fuck. I can't call you out on it. Then I was gonna say, isn't there a mode where you have the invisible zombie that chases after you the whole entire time?
I thought that was Forest with the C4 vest on.
Oh, which one am I thinking has the invisible zombie? I thought there was one that had an invisible zombie that chased you too.
I think you're smoking some invincible zombie, if you know what I mean.
Maybe that was one of the maybe that was original 2 that had the there's one that has an invisible zombie that can chase you throughout the entire thing. It can't die.
You'll have to look it up because I have no idea.
I feel like that's like one of those punishments if you like cheat in the game or have a pirated copy.
That would be
That
hilarious.
happens. Yeah.
If Capcom's like, you've got the game, you just can't see the enemies, you fuck. The thing that bummed me out about Village, and I'm sure it bummed everybody else out, Lady D was so heavily marketed for this game, and then to find out she's kind of dead within the opening hours of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's to be expected though, because they everybody else was a mystery.
Josh, can you tell me, because I don't plan on playing this anytime soon, people, and you've beaten this, right?
Yeah, I've beaten it.
People are always like, the dollhouse, it's the scariest part of the game. And I watched, I was like, all right, after about a year of hearing it, I was like, all right, let's see what these fucking people are about. I put it on, and it was not scary at all, dude.
This part is, it's only scary because there's so much going on. Like, I'm thinking, okay, I'll just be able to run around the whole time and dodge and shit. No, like the way you're seeing it right now with them like just relentlessly coming at you, that's how it is. Like, you could be in a spike. At one point, this house that he's running behind right now, I stayed underneath the undercrack, and I would just like try and shoot as many of them as I could in the head.
What about the dollhouse though?
Dollhouse was not scary at all. It's more annoying. It's definitely a part that I hear the most, especially with, I'm going to bring this up, speedrunners. They bitch and moan because it's the most annoying part of the whole entire game.
Well, and from what I watched, it looked like it was like you have this certain thing you have to do, and it's kind of monotonous. It's kind of,
you have to find the doll
tedious
and basically kill it. And before that, you're being chased throughout the dollhouse by a giant baby.
I was gonna mention the baby. I know the baby was a thing that people didn't like.
Another thing that people didn't like is, and I have to agree with this to some extent, other than Chris being an asshole the whole entire time, is, spoiler alert for those who haven't played or done it, so forewarning, Ethan is technically he died in 7.
Yeah, when his wife
when Jack hit him, he died.
Oh, okay.
So after he killed his wife and he's trying to get out of the attic, and Jack comes in and says, "Welcome to the family," punch you in the face. That is where they claim he dies.
It was the punch in the face. It wasn't.
It was the punch
else.
in the face. And
Yeah.
so, like, what didn't make any sense is they're claiming that he died from that, and he since then has been the black sludge. I forget what they call it in the game. And your daughter is basically that black sludge. And it's like, okay, let me get this straight. We killed the girl who created and basically was the sludge, and we didn't die, and we're able to reproduce, and there were no red flags thrown anywhere.
Yeah, like why was everyone okay with let the black ooze live, I guess?
Well, like, and they even explain, like, if you read all the notes that they find in the game, you eventually find out that they constantly do like weekly tests on you. Like, they're like Mia, the wife, she's good. Like, she has no trace of it anymore. But they found traces of the sludge in Ethan. They found traces of the sludge in the baby, and they're like, okay, we're gonna keep a close eye on them. We're just gonna keep doing tests. And it's like, first off, how? Like,
Wait, time out. Time the fuck out. Mia is clean, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
But
Per the notes in the game.
They blast her.
That's not her.
Who was? Oh, that was the lady at the end,
Yes.
pretending to be Mia. So where the fuck is Mia?
She kidnapped her. She's in like a cellar, basically. When you play Chris's part where it explains what he's doing throughout the whole thing, he finds her. He tells her about Ethan, how he's like basically gonna go kill himself to save their daughter, and then it shows into a scene where Chris and his team of special ops people slowly walk into the village and start gunning down every fucking lichen there is.
So what's gonna? So what's gonna happen in 9? Because they did a DLC for this with the daughter.
Yeah,
And
so the daughter just kind of like she basically comes to the village and like relives her father's like last moments basically, and gets a better understanding and gets better control of her powers. If I had to guess, they're probably going to bring Claire back into it. Would be my thought. But with it being like there's a time skip, so I'm not sure how. Like, I forget. I think it's like 15 years at the end of the game. So I'm not sure how exactly that's all going to work out.
So
Or if they're even going to do that, or if they're just going to go back to Jill or whatever. Like, there's so much out there we don't know. Like, they haven't really even fully explained the whole umbrella of being back and Chris being a part of this umbrella. Like, the only thing they explained is Umbrella went, like, all the bad people in Umbrella are gone. What's left of this new umbrella is working with the BSAA, and they kind of left out that the BSAA now is even kind of corrupt.
Well, I mean, the BSA was already corrupt in number 5, weren't they?
No, it was 6. I thought 6 they were corrupt technically.
I thought it was 5 because the not the lost, what's it called?
The president,
the Ouroboros gets out.
That was that was the biotech group, the other group that's basically Umbrella.
Good luck making sense of fucking Resident Evil.
At this point, who knows? Like, more than likely, what fans are thinking is the next remake we're going to see is probably going to be Code Veronica. So no matter what, we're going to get a Claire game again, no matter what. It's just a matter of where do you go from there for 9.
If the rumors are true.
If the rumors are true.
Here's what I think they're setting up in 9. I think they're setting Rose up to be the next Wesker. And I think you're right in saying that it'll be Claire or Jill, or Claire and Jill. That's a mix I would like to see. Just because Jill's they've both kind of taken the back seat since Code Veronica in 3. And they've only ever been.
Well, no, since Revelations and Code Veronica.
I don't do that Revelation shit. That's
just throwing it out there.
I don't do that shit. I don't do the movie. Didn't they just have like Dead Island?
Death Island, yeah. I want to
come out.
I need to watch it. I think I've heard anything bad about it, so I'm kind of curious to see.
If it's not a canonical number or it's not Code Veronica, I don't want it. Unless it's like those Resident Evil Outbreak games or that Dead Aim one I actually watched a full playthrough of it the other night and I was like, wow, this looks bad.
I still who in their right mind thought that was a good idea? That and Survivor, isn't it? That it was like the PS1 equivalent of it.
Where the fuck is Barry?
Barry's in Revelations too.
He retired.
I'm not playing Revelations. I'm not doing it.
No, I agree, but I think Jake's right. I think he is retired. Jill is last thing I remember, because like I said, there's so much in between all this shit. She was still working with the BSAA.
And how the fuck do you retire from killing zombies and
You gotta think, Nick. He was where everybody else is like in their early 20s. I think Jill is like 23. Chris is like 25. I think Barry is like in his mid 30s when Resident Evil 1 happens.
No, he was easily in his 50s, Josh. He had to be.
No, he had 2 young daughters.
Yeah, you can have 2 young daughters when you're 50.
Hold on. We're going to look.
Pull it up. Go to tape.
Up.
What's in the... I forget. There's something hiding in this grass when Ethan goes up. Is it a lizard or is it wolf people? Or I guess
let's find out.
It is... a tractor. It's a tractor, everybody. No, it is. Oh, he's just going to run past it. Okay. Smart gamer.
No, there he is.
Wolf guy, yep. For some reason, I thought it was a lizard. Yeah, this game... I don't know. I remember watching the trailers for Resident Evil 8 and seeing, like, the Wolfmen and all. It kind of feels like they...
Yeah. Date of birth is 1960, and the mansion incident, it was 98. So he was 38.
So he was almost 40. Okay, I was off.
Yeah.
We were both wrong.
Motherfucker, I said mid 30s.
What I do like about it, I know I was getting ready to talk shit on the monsters. What I liked is that they solved their original pitch for Resident Evil 4 with like the weird shit,
the fucking Spectre shit and all that.
And they were like, let's just do something like that. And it worked. It works. It's got its issues, but it worked. We ready to stop talking this bullshit Resident Evil lore?
So Jill was 22.
And Chris was 25?
I'm pulling up Chris right now just to prove.
Prove your dumbass wrong, dumbass.
1973, so he was 23.
I love that you fucking got everyone's. You got their social security up too while you're at it.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude.
Nick, you got to think. I love Resident Evil. There's obviously moments where it's like every franchise. It's fucking horrible, and you question everything about it. But for the stuff that is good, you're like, God damn, this is some solid shit.
Was he hung? Did they show?
Guys, he's been a main character for, or not main. He's been a character for how many games? That motherfucker is hung.
Oh, Josh has some Rule 47 saved that he's going to share with us one day.
Yeah.
Next up, May 25th, a game that looked promising when it was first announced and then just didn't deliver. This is Biomutant. I think Josh reviewed Biomutant for
I
us,
did,
right?
the PS5
Josh,
version.
tell us what Biomutant is.
It's hot garbage.
So
It
what
is
what
very
is it? Like, we know it's hot garbage, but what is it?
So it's basically like a post-apocalyptic world, like basically after like nuclear warfare, and it's the like what's left of life, but it's like humans no longer exist. It's all animals.
And it kind of looks like it's a 3D action adventure game. You've got an arrow
It's a
or
beat 'em
a
up.
gun.
You can have a gun. You can have swords. I mean, it's basically just think of your typical RPG. That's what you're looking at.
And what the fuck is your
With
character
animals.
supposed to be? Like a rat?
You kind of like you can kind of pick what you want. Like it's your basically like whatever animal you pick. That's like the game, like the difficulty you're playing.
Mm.
For the most part, a lot of people get like the rabbit, or like not the rabbit, but like the little wolf-looking thing.
I mean, it looks beautiful, and the world looks
honestly
huge.
the video looks better when you're playing it. The frame rate drops so much. The fighting's stale. I mean, there's low time.
But
How the
Josh,
fuck is that possible?
Josh, my PS5, it's not supposed to have those load times.
Motherfucker, my PC doesn't even have load times.
Huh.
And I use a hard drive.
How about that?
Did you 100% this game?
Hell no.
Are you gonna?
I
ever
played
gonna go
enough to.
back?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I could. I tried. I mean, there has to be significant improvement. There has to be I need an apology letter, and I need there to be updates to where it's better. I mean, just the frame rate alone.
Gamers are
It's
gamers
so
are the
bad.
fucking worst. I'm gonna need an apology letter from the developer. Gamers, fucking
Okay,
gamers.
when you're showing me this and going, "This is our game," and then when I get it, it's nothing but hot garbage. I'm just like, come on, you're killing me. Why?
Josh was also mad about the Spider-Man puddles. For the record,
Oh, I was not.
the
I gave
puddles.
two shit.
The puddles.
I gave two shits about the puddles.
That turtle thing looks really cool. That little turtle.
Dude, I'm just questioning that fox rabbit thing riding a horse.
Jake saw the rabbit fox riding the horse and started questioning his sexuality. He was like, am I into this?
No. I'm just questioning why did that horse allow that other animal to ride him?
It's a good question, Jake. Maybe you should play Biomutant and find out.
No.
Josh, anything else about your favorite game from 2021?
No, fucking burn it. Burn it to the ground.
You heard him here. Dig it. Bury it next to ET. I think those are all actually dug up, actually. So, hey, you got a fresh hole ready for it, Josh.
Meh.
Jesus.
Damn, Nick, you can't
That was
do
not
that.
a dead
Damn.
dog joke.
Damn.
You might
No,
as
I
well
was talking
have
about
been.
ET. The ET games were dug up, so there's a fresh hole. Oh my God! Stop trying to
We're
make me
gonna-
the bad guy here.
We're gonna need an apology letter.
Yeah, we definitely need an apology
We're
letter.
not doing an apology letter. All right, we made it through our 4 games from Q2. Josh, you ready to do some news?
Yeah, let's knock it out.
Read all about it. Latest football scores. Morning paper. Morning star. Paper, mister?
It's time for old news.
April 25th. Colette, a short documentary film co-produced by Oculus and Respawn Entertainment for Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, won the Academy Award for Best Documentary, sort of subject, making it the first Oscar awarded to a video game related project.
So with this, what I really want to see happen is when they announce Titanfall 3, I want them before like you see the title card, you see from the Oscar-winning development company. And then after that, you see Titanfall 3, and then you see it flashes the BT like lost in space somewhere, his data somewhere, and Jack Cooper is going to get it. Oh, come on. Titanfall. No, I'm
I
kidding.
thought you did win Titanfall 3.
I'm kidding. That would be really cool. That would if there was E3 next year and that was the big reveal, I would turn a new leaf and be a new guy and be like, okay, Titanfall 3. But otherwise, I'm like,
Speaking of Titanfall 3, in Titanfall 2, did you guys realize that the pilot, Viper, is the dad of Valkyrie in Apex?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I knew Josh knew that, but I knew Nick didn't.
That's a fun fact, Jake. Hey, that's going to make it into a clip, Jake. Jake's fun facts.
Moving on. May 3rd to the 24th, the trial of Epic Games versus Apple lawsuit was held.
I can't do it. I can't do I just remember this being in every gaming podcast I listened to in 2021 while I was walking Hank. We just go some new update about this, and it's just wait until the case is done, and then we can pick it apart, and it'll probably go to appeals. Like, we don't have to talk all about this right now. But yeah, there was some cool stuff coming out of these. Like, didn't Sony or someone had to reveal a bunch of numbers?
I think it was Sony.
Because Epic was like, well, Apple makes us pay, I forget what their percentage is, 30% for in-game
sounds about
purchases
right,
or
yeah.
something like that, or doesn't let you do in-game purchases. You have to do the in-game purchases through the Apple Store, and then Apple's still getting a segment of that sale. And meanwhile, Xbox and PlayStation numbers are getting put out, and they're like, whoa, well, they have to get put out, but they're like, we didn't want this to be public, but here you go.
Yes.
That's all I got on that.
Yeah, what came of it came of it. Nothing spectacular for anybody.
Still can't play Fortnite on my iPhone 8. I was robbed. It's an injustice.
Can you even play it on the Android anymore either?
I don't think so.
Not.
I don't think phone wise it's allowed anymore. I'm pretty sure it's just console, and PC.
Guess I'll play PUBG Mobile.
Ugh.
Or Free Fire, whatever it's called.
Both of you are wrong.
Can I play Final Fantasy First Sons or whatever it was called? First Soldier.
Okay, get it right. You're gonna.
First Soldier, no, that's gone. That's no more.
Can I play Battlefield Mobile or can I play Apex Mobile?
No, both of those are
No,
good as
you just
well.
name everything.
I'm naming dead
Nick,
mobile games.
can you play Iron Harvest?
Yeah, actually you can.
Well,
Pretty sure you can't since no one else does. It's a dead game.
Why you gotta do
June
that?
12th through the 15th, E3 2021 was held as an online event.
Was this underwhelming? It was underwhelming, right?
Oh, this was a very, very, very underwhelming.
All right, give it to us straight, Josh. What was there?
Okay, so going down the list real quick. This is the year we got Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp trailer.
Okay.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. The untitled Breath of the Wild sequel. Skyward Sword. Metroid Dread. Marvel's Avengers. Life is Strange Remastered Collection. Far Cry 6, Valhalla. Mario plus Rabbids. Sparks of Hope. Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite,
That's okay. Yeah.
Sea of Thieves, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Resident Evil Village, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, it's pretty boring E3. Moving on.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad. Like it's a short year. And to end the year quarter off, June 29th, Sony Interactive Entertainment acquired House Marquee.
I think it's Marquee, yeah.
Bismarcky.
Which became a part of PlayStation Studios. For those who aren't aware, House Marquee, early days, there's not much there, but in more recent years, they are the ones who did Returnal, the Angry Birds trilogy, Outland, Dead Nation.
Because Returnal comes out. Returnal hasn't come out at this point yet, right?
No,
It would come out later this year.
No.
Did we miss Returnal?
We missed Returnal. It was earlier in the year. It was April.
Oh, well, that's us.
I don't know how we missed that.
Whatever. So what it sounds like is Returnal did really good for them. So they're like, yeah, House Marquee, come on in.
We'll take you.
You're ours now.
I can't believe we missed that.
Yeah.
It happens.
Podcast. We're imperfect. It happens, boys. Josh, anything else on the news front?
No, that's basically it. It's a slow year.
Slow quarter. Eee. All right, Jake, you got a meme for us?
Me.
Time.
Oh, we got one that will get everyone a boner.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Jake, I don't know if that's what we want.
All
with the
right.
memes.
So we got a big lady vampire. We got Deborah Morgan, and then we got that one guy from that one show.
John Oliver from last week tonight.
Yeah, whatever. So when you finally meet the big vampire lady, normal people be like, she's gross. English titty vampire. But Resident Evil fans, for some reason, step on my throat, you rudely large woman.
You know, I think he said that in reference to her. I think I remember this episode of Last Week Tonight. They had a cutaway to her or something. Jake, it's a good meme. It's a good meme, Jake.
But I don't think Deborah Morgan actually says that, does she?
No, she does. It's about Dexter's girlfriend in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because she comes over after her and Dexter have had relations, and she is getting something out of the fridge, and Deborah sees her naked, and I forget the character's name, but she says, "Pardon my tit," because her boobs are out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fun fact. Fun fact. Guys, we don't have anything else to do this episode. We had a lot of games to talk about, so we were just like, yeah, let's just talk about the games, and we can come back to emails later on. I do want to pick your guys' brain while we're here. So the plan has been do 2021 all the way through, do 2022 all the way through, start doing our new thing. What if we just finished 2021 and then started doing our new thing? Because technically we were a show all of 2022.
Yeah, I'm game with that.
Mm-hmm. And then we wait for decades, and then we go back to do it.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, 100%. So then we would start doing our book club stuff. Ooh, what do we see here? Let me see. By September. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think the folks would like it. For those who don't know, I did start a website. No, it is not up yet. I'm still working on it. So keep an eye out for that. But I do see us getting a little more active on the, we're not so much looking back at stuff, but I mean, I think me and Josh on the review side are just so frequently touching base with games that everyone's talking about that it's like, hey, what's one more podcast talking about what's going on? So I mean, the new format, and I love talking about this on the show, just so we get it out in the air for everybody. But still opening it like we do, where we talk about whatever we're all playing, and then before getting into our book club game, maybe doing the news from the last week. We can still keep the old news. We can call it old news because it was from last week. You get it? It works. And then getting into our book club game and having conversation, and then just doing it for that amount, however long we want, and just getting a feel for that format. And if it gels with us, it gels with us. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And yeah. Thoughts? This is the town hall. I've abducted you into a town hall.
Okay. First order of business: lynch Nick.
Oh boy.
Yes, he's made too many bad calls. Goaty, so like, come on.
Goaty, so yeah, we gotta get rid of Nick. We're coming in with a Rick. We got a Rick on standby.
Goaty So was awesome. So with the website, my dream of the website is, having a hub for all our podcasts, all our videos. First video I want to do on there, Josh, is actually the boys are Blanc in town, so we can finally get our Blanc playthrough in.
We keep talking about it. It's just we have to figure out time to do it in person. There's no way we can do it.
I think if we don't stream it, if we just record it, and if we just play it separately and record on OBS, I think we'd be fine. I seriously
Nobody's
think
fun.
that would be. It would
Oh,
be
just
fine.
play it like solo the whole way through.
Play it to get like you and me sit down. We get on a call. Play it. We're not streaming it. We're just recording it, and then we put it up.
But the problem is it was so laggy.
Yeah, it was laggy because we were trying to stream.
No, I don't think it was that.
Yeah, we were streaming. Josh, we tried streaming it twice.
Yeah, I don't think that's that. I don't think it's the problem.
Well, we're still gonna do the Boys Are Blanc in town, come hell or high water, my friend. And I wanna have have a home for videos, have a home for podcasts, but also have a written portion. Josh and I have written enough reviews where it's like maybe we can spin off and do our own reviews over here. Like still have the reviews over on the other site, but then have and I'm not talking like cross-tamination, like here's Josh's review for
For us.
Remnant 2. No, like for example, I'm playing Pizza Tower. I didn't review that for anyone, so I would review it for our site. And then at the end of the year, we have Goaty, we have Goaty but also we have our written list so people can see what like Josh's top 10, Jake's top 10. We can have special guest top 10. And am I ripping a lot of this off from like what Giant Bomb used to do? Maybe I am, but I like the idea of having the written word there for people to read, building community around that. I want to do more interviews. I was telling you guys beforehand, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show yet, we're looking at getting an interview with a developer here in the next week. Indie developer for a game I've played recently. Still planning that out. I won't say a name until we have anything in concrete. There's actually 2 others that I've reached out to that I'm in contact with, waiting to get dates scheduled. So, just keeping the wheels rolling on this thing, because we knew when we got up to current year or close to current year that we were going to have to do some pivoting. And I think we're pivoting pretty good. Don't you guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Jake's nodding his head. Great. Jake, in the year and a half you've been here, your head nodding has really
Improved.
there were a few TikToks I made where Jake was in the video with us, and Jake's just sitting there. I was like, should I just take him out? Not just like of those specific videos, like where you weren't saying anything. It wasn't me being an asshole. It was like, would it make sense? But I liked having your head there because I like your head.
Now wrap your lips around my head, boy.
Okay, let's get up off the mic. I'm gonna have to edit these. So hey, guys, what's he gonna say? Oh yeah, nope,
Nothing. Can you hear me?
nope.
No, did you hear my nose?
Yeah, we heard your nose. Hey, I'm Nick. You can find me on Twitter at That Kaufman. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube at Nick Fat Night. Josh, where can the people find you?
You can find me anywhere. I'm Josh Saying.
Jake, where can the people find you besides up on your microphone?
You could you could find me anywhere that you see the name Jakey Boy Kaufman, because no one's gonna take that name. People are not unique. I am.
Oh boy, the hubris on this one. Guys, Smashing Game Time. You can find us anywhere. We're on, I guess I called it Twitter earlier, but it's X. They still want to call it X, so we'll call it X for now. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We actually had an Instagram go off. I say go off, but it got 900 views, which is the most we've ever gotten on Instagram. And I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? How did this happen? It was, I don't know if you guys were on the TikTok, but it was the one where it's the scene from Goodfellas. He's like, what the fuck is this piece of shit? And I marked him as an Activision dev, and it's like when Activision devs see that people like games without microtransactions, and it flips to the great reviews of Baldur's Gate 3 in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird because that one got a lot of likes on TikTok, but didn't like get picked up by the algorithm. And then hop over to Instagram, and Instagram numbers are never going to be anywhere near TikTok, I feel like.
No.
But for it to get picked up and like for them to surface it to like 907 people to view was crazy to me. I was like, okay, I'm not going to read too much into this, but cool. All that to say, we're on all those social media apps. We're also going to have the website coming soon. That is going to be smashinggametime.com. Keep an eye out for that. We have the domain, so don't try to steal it. Already got it. And then also, I was working on a new email. We had ask@smashinggametime.com. I don't think it's active anymore because I deactivated wordpress.com and went to org. So for now, just keep sending your questions to Keep sending your questions to smashinggametime@gmail.com until I get the new email up. Guys, hey,
Yes.
we did it. We made it. As always, we're a Trident Network podcast. Go check out our siblings. They're awesome. Thank you to Alex Marvin Clark for his awesome intro and outro song, Hunt Him Down. We have his SoundCloud down in the show notes. Go check all that stuff out. Yeah, hey, this has been Smashing Game Time. I hope you all had a smashing great time. We'll see each and every one of you next time.